I think we can all agree that this is very long overdue, and I should have figured this out quite a while ago. So, I think pretty much all of us are aware of this infamous mission. This is most known as the single hardest mission in this game, if not outright the worst mission. This mission is a honestly kind of poorly designed ship met, incredibly fast blading, and just general bullshit that nobody enjoys dealing with. Not exactly Souls-like, but nothing we don't want to deal with now, is it? So, a friend of mine ended up doing a tutorial on how to do the Mirai fight, which I will likely post in the comments later. However, while in that boss fight you had to be as offensive as possible, this one you have to be as offensive as possible. You want to constantly be boosting while maintaining how much boost capacity you have, and you want to be as aggressive as humanly possible. Going to be on hard difficulty, because otherwise what's the point? Now, I have been able to do this boss fairly consistently, understanding now that I know this, and admittedly, it's not a completely perfect strategy. Sometimes you can get unlucky and a blade will hit even when it's straight up past you. However, I feel like it's something that that makes this boss fight significantly easier and a lot more fun. You can do whatever you want in the beginning stage, it honestly does not matter, but just chase her as much as possible. Fire your decoys and your smart missiles, and charge. Constantly try to circle her if she's standing moving still, and if you saw right there, I'm super close range, and that blade has a 1-second charge time. If you're up close like this, and you're boosting like this, it is most likely not going to hit you. It will come close, but most of the time it won't. Sam your homing lasers, constantly watch your boost and your ammo, and fire off anything that is loaded. Once right by me again. Remember to press R1 immediately once she passes your screen, or you won't be able to lock on, but then again, if you're playing this, you probably already know that. Now you see, I am constantly trying to get as close as I can to Yuliana. I'm constantly just trying to encircle her. Don't try to use her boost up too much, obviously. She is hitting me with her machine gun, but it's not doing anywhere near as much damage as her other weapons do. Once again, she missed me. And even if her shield goes down, just keep firing, because I have noticed that she does have a bit of a delay where she doesn't move that much after her shield goes down, which may be a weakness of this boss fight. I am taking damage, and admittedly I do usually keep in the blue health range by this point, but this time I just kind of haven't been doing that great of a job getting close, but I'm still in a rather comfortable position. I'm the one who's winning out in terms of health.
What is this green light?
Now, she's going to use her particle cannon in a bit, as well as firing off her psycho drones. Ignore the psycho drones and just keep flying as fast as possible. Just keep being aggressive and just try to ignore them. It will be tough, but you do have to just bear it and just keep going. Keep attacking regardless of what's going on. Now you see, she's almost dead. Her shield is up. This should finish her off. Yep. So, ironically enough, when you're fighting Mirai, you have to be as defensive as possible and constantly keep the advantage. However, when you're fighting Yuliana, you have to be as offensive as possible and constantly keep charging her. Do everything you can to close as much distance between you and her as humanly possible. And with that, you should be able to take this after at least a couple tries. This was my first try, and I usually do get this done first try that I figured out this strategy. But if you know how to do the Mirai fight and you can consistently do this, you should have absolutely no problem doing this. Because outside of having to deal with the fact that you are constantly taking damage, this fight is much shorter, requires much less patience, and is ultimately a little bit more simplistic outside of managing your boost. if you can do this one well enough, and you understand the strategy that I am telling you, you should be able to do this with relatively no issues. I can do this fight consistently, and yet I still struggle with this one. You should be fine once you know this. Have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks for sticking around.